if you like Mahito, today's not gonna be your day. I ain't even seen this death battle yet, and I already know bro's done for. It's not even gonna be a death battle. I feel hurt because, like, I do like JJK more than my hero, but, like, he's just outclassed in every way.
This is the human disaster curse.
Like, I think he has banner regen, but, like, they're gonna make it so he can see him and he can not get hurt by his idol transfiguration. He's cooked. He's cooked.
Was just a sweet, shy boy who loved superheroes.
But sometimes the hand of fate can't abide sweet shy boys.
Ruthlessly beaten and abused by his hero-hating
Shigaraki
father,
is
Tenko
gonna
pushed
clap
beyond
him.
his emotional limits until he activated his inherent superpower, or quirk.
It wasn't something cool like flight or super strength. In his terror, he accidentally
killed his
killed
whole
his
family.
Well,
His
except
whole
for the old
family.
dad. That one was intentional.
Tenko wandered the streets alone, silently begging for anyone to help him. If only a hero was there to save him. But instead, the only open hand he found belonged to the devil.
All for one. The greatest supervillain in history.
He took Tenko under his wing, feeding a hatred of everyone and everything, and grooming him.
I don't know how to feel.
And destroying.
He getting folded. It's not even funny. Like, I'm starting to get mad at how they match these characters up because Mahito does not stand a chance, and I like this nigga better. I like this nigga much better than Shigaraki, but he does not stand a chance. This nigga can, like, see in his own soul and shit. He knows his shape his own. He's cooked. Like, Mahito's cooked. Mahito getting turned. Mahito's gonna get fucked. He's done.
Power for someone who just wants to destroy. Pretty menacing.
Like, he's done for. I feel bad. What's good, Hild?
I get it, hands are his thing, but come on. They just look so dumb and fake.
Oh, those aren't prosthetics. Those are real hands. From his family.
Yeah.
That he killed. Attached to his face. And explicitly commanded to be left there by his mentor so that he would never forget his rage.
Okay.
While his use of decay started off relatively weak, it rapidly increased in power and range as Shigaraki came into his own.
Decay isn't even limited to whatever he's touching. Anything that touches something he's decaying also decays.
It's just too busted. It was good, bro. Thank you. That was your day, Hild. See, people, for the YouTube video, y'all are gonna be like, "What's he talking about?" I'm talking my Twitch chat.
Isolate the body part that is disintegrating before it gets to something vital.
After years of training with the greatest supervillain of all time, Shigaraki was finally put in charge of his own team with one mission. He must kill his master's rival, the #1 hero.
Oh my.
Only to fall flat on his face.
Shigaraki was a terrible leader, quick-tempered, short-sighted, and, well...
My goat, hero killer Stain.
He uses gamer lingo unironically.
Susan, what's good?
He whines like a
Schizophrenic? What are you talking about?
He's the kind of guy who would say normie in
What do you
real
mean?
life.
What did I say?
Normies.
But they say defeat is
What
the
did I
greatest
didn't I-
teacher
what
of
didn't
all.
I say?
Only through struggle could Shigaraki manifest his dark conviction.
Right as All Might's new
God.
protege, Izuku Midoriya, was coming into his own as well.
These two rivals, the inheritors of their master's blood feud, would push themselves past their own limitations.
Especially when All Might and All For One double KO'd each other, leaving Shigaraki to lead the League of Villains all by himself.
And with the stakes higher
There's
than
no
ever
chat,
before,
you're just talking to-
Shigaraki
yeah, that is,
stepped
I
up.
am talking to
He
myself.
personally battled the monstrous Gigantomachia for a month and a half straight, and conquered other villain organizations to create the Paranormal Liberation Front. Thousands of new soldiers for his personal army.
All to impress All For One's personal quack, Dr. Ujiko, who spent months upgrading Shigaraki's body to make it more like his sensei's. It might have been constant agony, but Shiggy went from Chud to Chad.
Ujiko's experimentation vastly increased Shigaraki's strength, speed, and durability, enough to match and surpass even All Might's absurd power.
Sharing All Might's power between them, Deku and Bakugo were able to punch an island-sized hole in a cloud that reached 24 miles into the sky.
Like, he's so cooked. Like, Mahito has done nothing like this, man.
For to be nearly 80 million megatons of TNT, almost as much
He's
as the
done
meteor
nothing
that wiped
like
out the
this.
dinosaurs.
And Shigaraki can now move fast enough that his body produces hypersonic shockwaves and can even catch laser beams.
And
Like, he's
tough
not.
enough
I
to
think
survive
Mahito
stars
got
and
regeneration.
intercontinental
He
ballistics
technically can't use his domain.
Now the new name for my penis. Move over, gigantic Omega
We don't.
Storm.
You guys are real. I'm not
Also
talking to
be able
nobody.
to
You guys are
zoom
real.
in and shoot up against the curvature of the earth.
Though he might seem
But
invincible, when
Mahito can't even
Shigaraki's
use his
body is
domain
pushed hard
because
enough, he will
he
evolve
can't use his
into a
domain
state
because
of uncontrolled
Shigaraki doesn't have curse
power.
energy, so that's out of the question.
Became? Oh shit! More hands.
Shigaraki can spontaneously generate flesh into existence, seemingly oceans of it in an instant.
Howdy doody, hi wife.
He can even
You're
use
in
it
the.
to
You're right here.
close combat.
But that's nothing compared to Ujiko's greatest gift.
I know you're saying that and you're
wanted to be the
right.
new All for One. So what better way than the old man's quirk?
All for One's quirk, All for One, allows its user to steal and store quirks with just a touch.
And All for One has hundreds of them stored up, collected over the years.
Hi,
Each quirk
my
is connected
wife.
to a memory of its
They can
user's
see you,
essence
you're
in the
right
form of a
there.
spirit, a vestige.
Santi's with you?
Like a piece
Wait,
of
I
your
say
soul.
that. I didn't really
They
tell
exist
anybody.
in this kinda psychic
I
world
didn't.
in
I told,
Shigaraki's
like,
body
I
and
think
can even act
maybe
as a
one
spiritual
person.
defense should it be
Because
invaded.
Santi had said
With
hi,
those
she just
vestiges
said
came
hi.
quirks like super fast healing, air blades, radio waves, flight, telekinesis, teleportation of others, and
That
the
happened
ability
like
to
a few
track
days ago.
foes.
He can even
got
combine
two
multiple
different
quirks
angles, yeah.
together, like in this big-ass electric Kamehameha.
However, any vestige stolen or destroyed will also remove that quirk from Shigaraki's repertoire. They're also sentient, and some can even fight for control.
Which is when the second shoe finally dropped. Because Shigaraki also got All for One's vestige, that means All for One was now in possession of a shiny new body that he'd spent the last 15 years molding for him to take over.
Shigaraki's entire existence was planned from the beginning. Why? Because All Might's previous mentor was Nana Shimura, Tanko's grandmother.
All that to mess with All Might. That is some next level hating right there.
He
fucked up.
manipulated Shigaraki's entire life.
Why is Santi
all
with you?
for
'Cause she's
one
not wise.
purpose.
That's
To
why.
create a soul so corrupted it would grind away at All Might's perfect
I
world.
because you call me
allowing
Sifu from
All
now
for
on because I'm
One to
technically
take
Sifu. I tell you
full
things Sifu.
control.
Man, I love
But All
Sifu
for
too much
One's
better than
possession
Sifu.
wasn't complete, and Shiggy managed to fight his way back to the top, literally decaying his way through vestiges in the process. All
I
to
just
fight
feel
his
like we should
rival
skip
Deku
this shit
one
because
last
like it
time.
doesn't
Despite
matter.
Izuku's best efforts to
There
save
is
him,
not a
Shigaraki
single
was
way
too
that
far gone. His spirit
Mahito's
decayed
winning,
by years
brother.
of venomous
Right.
hatred.
And the new symbol of hope defeated the new symbol of fear, burying All for One's grudge for good.
All that Shigaraki asked was to be remembered as the heartless destroyer he was raised to be, and not the broken, angry, crying little boy he really was deep inside.
For just that one moment, though, Shiggy got in Deku the only thing he'd been denied his whole life. The one thing his lifelong nihilistic tantrum was really all
I'm
about.
not in for it.
He got a
If
hero
Mahito
who
wins,
tried
he's
to
not
save
winning,
him.
bro. How much I like his character
This
compared
battle
to
is
him.
sponsored by Robin Hood Gold.
No! You're not getting a shout out, Robin Hood. Not today. No.
Brother Abel,
Not informed.
ever since Cain
You and me
slew
both
his brother
Sifu.
Abel and wetted his fields with his blood, man's greatest fear has been his fellow man.
But what if this fear took on a life of its own?
Ugh.
What if all that negative emotion humans felt for one another spilled
Oh,
from their
nah.
bodies and congealed, forming, over time, a living being fueled by malice, which believes in nothing but the law of the jungle?
Well, then you'd have the special grade curse with
You're
the patch
cooked.
face.
You're cooked!
Oh, I've had people tell me I've become a human disaster curse when I've had too many mojitos.
Mahito is one of the deadliest beings to ever afflict mankind. He's no mere mortal, though, but a cursed
Bro's a
spirit.
fan of
And
J.R.R.
normal
Tolkien.
spirits exist, weaker or stronger, depending on the amount of anxieties, jealousies, hatreds, and fears humans feel
He's just
about
cooked.
them.
Like the fear of locusts.
Why did you
Gotta
type
be
the whole
more
Robin
fear of
Hood thing?
smallpox,
Is
and
Robin Hood a
stronger,
scam? I don't
more
know.
The fear of fire. Oh, goodbye.
It failed.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
The 7 million financial regulators misleading customers.
Those negative emotions manifest as Mahito.
I want
a
the first
being
guy to win.
composed of
I
curse
watched
and
Saw recently.
Basically
One
like
was swallow a fishing line. That's crazy. I am surprised Twitch let that go
Stronger,
through.
faster, and tougher than any normal human, and it's invisible, making curses like Mahito impossible for the untrained eye to see. Only a life or death situation can galvanize a normal person to see a cursed spirit.
That also makes cursed spirits virtually immune to physical damage. They may be physically present in space, but can only be harmed by attacks that embody spirit matter like cursed energy.
Which makes curses insane.
What bullshit are they gonna come up with that Shigaraki has that he can?
Hard to get. Ghosts, cockroaches, or my ex. That's why you need a jujutsu sorcerer to come in and kaizen the shit out of them.
Yeah, phone blinker, so real, bro.
I like the way I said it better.
Curses and sorcerers have battled each other for millennia, waging an endless war over the fate of humanity. Almost exclusively in Japan, though, for some reason.
But Mahito was
That is
special.
so weird.
You see, most curses are basically dumb animals. But Mahito has so much cursed energy that it gave him sentience.
So he was recruited by Kenjaku alongside other special grade disaster curses to wreak havoc upon the world. In fact,
He's good.
they made Mahito
You are my
evil.
special core, and Shujin is my jutsu, and I am the Kaisen.
Bloodlust.
I don't know about that.
Philosophy.
Perhaps informed by the tragic meaninglessness of interhuman conflict, Mahito is an existential nihilist, believing in nothing but his own will to power. It's a dog-eat-dog world, and Mahito is the wolf.
Which also makes him kind of a goofball.
Why does he always have his feet out like that?
Fun with the slaughter. Really get your steps in. He loves to dig around and toy with your emotions like a cartoon
My
character.
God, don't show
An
Juppie!
appropriate analogy considering his curse technique, idol transfiguration.
Using
It's
his
such a
cursed
cool
energy,
power,
Mahito
bro,
can
but he's
control
cooked.
any soul with just a
I'm not even
touch,
mad that he's gonna get
including
cooked. It's
his
just like,
own.
why did they make
In
him
fact,
fight
he's
this
so
nigga?
good at manipulating his own soul that you can't even kill the bastard without directly targeting it.
In Jujutsu Kaisen, the soul and the body share an immutable connection. Whatever happens,
They're gonna
to the
find a way to
former
bullshit
affects the
past that,
latter.
bro. He's
This lets
cooked.
Mahito squash, stretch, and shape-shift his body into literally anything he wants. Like Play-Doh, he can turn his limbs into blades or clubs, grow wings like a
None
bird
of
or
this
fins like a
matters.
fish, reform his body around injuries, or even create
We still gotta
clones.
watch
Users are
Jujutsu
naturally
Kaisen,
unharmed by
why?
their own ability.
What are
Should
you
touch a
eating?
human, though, his alterations to their body are instantly fatal.
And since he's attacked, those physical wounds are gonna be impossible to heal.
Oh
Even
my
if his
God,
alteration
bro.
isn't directly fatal, the human body won't last more than
We
a
need the
few
Cubic
moments
Crusher
to
Grippers reveal.
All that with one
Needed to be that on a Valentine's Day.
Was bad.
His
Hold
powers
on.
mean Mahito
Broke up the
treats
toes out.
humans as
The
effectively
Omni-Man
as
vs. Bardock?
slaves.
Omni-Man vs. Bardock was bullshit. Like, that's not even... Yeah, it's not even... Cool, but the first dude is planetary? He's not planetary, but he damn
The more
well
casualties, the better.
hit way harder
Especially
than
if he gets to
Mahito.
break your spirit first and watch
I had to
it
stop in
suffer.
background. My
Even
wife in the
more
background.
twisted is when he combines two transfigured humans together for soul multiplicity. Essentially a giant torrent of body horror flesh that he repels at an opponent. Yeah.
Mahito
He's
is
good.
unbelievably creative with his application of idol transfiguration, and despite being a newborn curse, consistently keeps experienced sorcerers on the back foot.
It helps that he's a quick study who's picked up a number of different curse techniques, like the Black Flash.
By
Black
applying
Flash.
cursed energy within
The
1
Rio
microsecond
Negro.
of an impact with an enemy, space itself will distort, exponentially
I am the
amplifying its
wife.
force by a
Corey has a
factor of
wife.
2.5.
I'm not
Not
actually
only
married.
does it hurt like a mother,
Yet.
it restores your curse technique
soon.
and gets you fully in the zone.
And would require reflexes moving
Oh
nearly
boy, just got a
1,000
Ford
times
commercial.
the
Everyone
speed
loves
of
Ford. I'm
sound.
sorry you got a
It's
Ford
no
commercial.
surprise then that Mahito also unlocked the pinnacle of sorcerer techniques, the domain expansion.
Which won't fucking work because he doesn't have cursed energy!
You're of cursed energy, but if you're caught inside, Mahito can use idol transfiguration instantly.
You
without
can't.
even
You
needing
it
to touch
if you don't have cursed energy, your domain expansion does not work. That's why people without cursed energy can get through. So it's not gonna hit Shigaraki. He's
called
fucked.
Self-embodiment of perfection. The
He's screwed.
ultimate expression of Mahito's absolute control over his victim's body
He's
and
screwed.
soul. The only time it ever failed was against the student sorcerer and Mahito's archenemy, Yuji Itadori.
Because not only was Yuji a barf-inducing goody little two-shoes who believed in the inalienable rights of all living things, blah, 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 he also had a curse inside of him,
The king of curses, Sukuna.
which meant Mahito's ability of
The way they just worded that. How much you want to bet? Because All for One's possessing, bro. They're gonna do some bullshit like that. It's gonna happen. And they're gonna do some bullshit like, well, actually, All For One's protecting him, so he can't hit his soul.
Mahito's
It's gonna happen.
forcing Patchface to fight with a handicap whenever facing his pink-haired menace.
Yuji's belief in the value of human life flew directly in the face of the world that Mahito.
Yes, I'm here and fourth time when my girlfriend tried to escape before what you heard me. Boy, that's crazy.
Spirit before killing him, murdering his friends, defiling their corpses,
Ah.
battering him before going in for the kill.
And he's got the strength to do it. Mahito's one
He's
of the
good.
most powerful curses in the world, and his growth is exponential.
Fellow disaster curse Jogo was able to summon a massive meteor capable of reducing the city of Shibuya to ash.
That'd take an energy of over 800 kilotons of TNT.
And Mahito can take as good as he can give, especially when, in the throes of struggle against Yuji, he evolved, unlocking a vastly more powerful form, the instant body of distorted killing.
Complete with
That
armored
shit's so cool, but he's gonna
exoskeleton
get
and
cooked in
arm
that too.
blades. This was a taste of the almighty
He's
curse
done.
Mahito was growing into. A true
The
blight
way he
on
read
all
that, didn't he?
mankind.
Where
It wouldn't last. In a bitter
Man.
battle of resolve, Yuji won out. In a dog-eat-dog world, there was now a bigger wolf.
So he tucked tail and ran away like a bitch. And what do you know? Life suddenly became a whole lot more meaningful the second it looked like it was about to end.
All that
please don't kill
gleeful
me.
nihilism, just a bitter hypocrisy in the end.
Thank you
him,
for the
maybe,
water.
but Mahito found a convert in his arch enemy
Ugh.
after a battle that wiped
Look
out
what I've been
thousands of
presented
innocent
with,
people.
my beautiful
Yuji's
wife.
youthful spirit was
Whoa.
gone. The only thing left that mattered was exercising this curse.
In a way, that
I say that I got that DVD, so we have no excuse not to watch it. Except for I kind of lost the DVD. It was in the trunk.
was Mahito's final victory, the destruction of another human being's soul. He may not have been around to see it, but the curse Mahito inflicted on the world would bring it to its knees.
He's good. Hydrate. Hey, how many points you got?
Yeah, that one.
Damn!
Ticket to being a death battle champion. As a champion,
Yeah, okay, we get it. I'm
Content,
gonna hydrate.
like extra videos, live chats, and sending us your own matchup ideas.
The limit
and the
is
support
limit.
helps us make even more death battles. So thank you for being a champion.
Vincent! No, it's hell! You're both doing it!
Combatants are
Stop!
data through all possibilities.
It's time for a death battle!
It's time for... Not my audio not recording. Damn, people already get cooked? Shit. So it does work. And he can see him.
I'd heard of a powerful villain stalking these parts. My organization is going to tear this putrid world down around us. We could use a freak of your talents.
Little old me. Do I want to be king of the social rejects? How about I bring them your head instead?
Fine by me. Let's call this your audition. Sickum.
No moves. The music kind of bumping too. Yeah, fuck Mahito. Okay. Oh, I know who animated this. It was that Moro guy. Yes, it was.
Game over.
My question is, how do they actually kill Mahito? Because he can regenerate pretty much
Did you actually
anything.
just see that? God, how lame!
He has like no actual way of killing. I'm interested in how to do this. He hasn't.
Audition over. Did I get the part?
That was a boy. Okay.
Decay!
So is he gonna be able to use idle transfigure? He hasn't hit him yet. The Black Flash!
What a rush!
Is he already going? He's already going true form? I know he's doing that too fast. He's cooked. I already knew he was cooked, but he's definitely cooked. And his face mask cracked too?
That all you got?
What's it gonna do?
Domain
Domain
expansion.
expansion. There's no way. I bet it's gonna be some bullshit. Watch this. It already shouldn't work on him, but like, what bullshit they gonna do?
You're just a scared little boy whose daddy is mean and wants to make it everyone else's problem. Grow up.
Yup, I knew some bullshit. I knew that shit was gonna happen. I fucking can't stand this shit. I told you that shit was gonna happen too. I knew some all from. Yep, goodbye to the domain. He's
I
good.
felt your soul too. You only hate humanity because you were born that way.
He's running.
This
nigga's running,
I
bro.
hate them for a reason.
Not him flying. Not him. And he's going to head moon.
You grow up.
And he's cooked. Damn.
What did I say,
That
Wiz?
shit was over
Like a
fast,
bitch.
too.
With their complex power sets, this match was a puzzle to figure out, which is why we're breaking it down to 3 categories: physical stats, survivability,
Oh my
and
god,
their
nigga, physical stats. I wonder who wins that shit.
powers.
But
Shigaraki
first,
wins
let's
all
address
those
one
damn
thing.
near.
Could Shigaraki even see Mahito?
He
He's
should
an
be able
invisible
to.
curse after all.
Cursed energy and quirks are notably different, and Shigaraki wouldn't be able to see curses normally.
Good.
However, even
This is
regular
the quickest
humans
death.
can
It
spontaneously
actually was
develop the
fast as shit. Because normally these episodes are like 30, 40 minutes. Like, bro,
ability
got
to see
fast,
curses
fast.
in life and death scenarios. And with the Search quirk, Shigaraki would have had no problem tracking it.
So seeing Mahito wouldn't have been an issue. With that out of the way, we can jump into their stats.
This
Oh my
was
God,
no
this is the
contest.
biggest- yeah.
Despite the disaster curses being able to destroy entire cities with their cursed energy, Shigaraki's scaling to Deku and Bakugo meant he was calculably millions of times stronger.
He was faster too, considering he could react to light beams, while Mahito's Black Flash capped out at nearly 1,000 times the speed of sound. Nothing to scoff at, but Shiggy was thousands of times faster. Shigaraki takes stats.
But survivability was a little trickier to figure out.
there's-
Yep,
I
in
just
terms
don't
of raw
understand that.
durability, Shigaraki was a lot tougher, and his ability to generate new flesh meant that he could
My
heal
only
any
problem
wounds he
is
might
that-
receive super easy.
However, Mahito is
should
a
be able to
curse
kill him.
and is immune to the kind of overwhelming physical damage Shigaraki could dish out. Not only that, Mahito's regenerative ability via idle transfiguration meant that he'd come back from anything short of spiritual damage.
Considering Mahito's unique curse body, he should actually get the edge in survivability.
Which presents a crucial question. Could Shigaraki even kill a curse like Mahito in the first place?
Or would Mahito's unkillability give him the time he needed to eventually put Shiggy down with idle transfiguration?
It all comes down to their powers.
Shigaraki had a lot more variety with all of the crazy quirks All For One had collected over all the years, but none that we know of could properly kill a curse. That didn't mean idle transfiguration was a surefire bet either, though.
Of all things, Shigaraki's vestiges
Taylor.
served as a spiritual shield from the effects of idle transfiguration.
Dude,
The
one
fact that Mahito
Had to do. Now you missing the whole. I say it was a short ass fight. Now you missing the whole
could not
fight.
avoid targeting Sukuna while attacking
Mahito
Yuji
got
meant
his
that he
ass
couldn't target
destroyed.
specific souls inside a person.
And Shiggy
That's
has
what happened.
hundreds of soul-like entities inside of him. Sure, each one down means he loses a quirk,
everybody
but
seems
that's
to be.
more than enough time to land a single hit with Decay, especially considering how much faster Shiggy is.
And Mahito has no way to defend against Shigaraki's primary quirk. Decay
shit
has
really is
affected
more predictable.
spiritual
Yeah, it
beings
should've
in
been
the
quicker.
past.
It
Again,
was-
vestiges.
Bro, God.
In fact, he was able to damage Deku's vestige and have that damage transferred to the Deku in the real world.
Mahito may be made of spirit energy, but he still has a physical form. In fact, sorcerers that couldn't naturally target the soul were able to fight him on even footing. No reason to think Shiggy wouldn't decay him like everyone else.
Giving Shigaraki the third and final edge.
Good.
It was a unique duel to the death, but
Damn. Look at all these stats he doesn't fucking have on him. Well, Mahito got fucked.